Hello Live Wires, Heather Boyd Wire here, and today it's Tip Tuesday.
Today I'm making a floating bead necklace with French wire. You'll need some flush cutters, flat nose pliers, crimping pliers, round nose pliers, and I'm using the Beadalon bail making pliers. I'm using Beadalon 7-strand beading wire. I have the Beadalon French wire and 20 gauge artistic wire. You will need a variety of beads and also clasps and some 2mm crimps. French wire is a very fine flexible coil that is used to protect beading wire when making necklaces. So we're going to measure a few 1-inch pieces of the French wire. We're going to take 18 inches of the Beadalon beading wire and we are going to slide on a 2mm smooth crimp. Then we will put 1 inch of the French wire onto the beading wire and then take the end of the beading wire and slip it back through the crimp to form a loop. You can pull it right through, even if there's a little extra end of the beading wire. We'll clip it after. Pull it so there's no slack, and then we will use our Xuron crimping pliers to pinch the crimp. You need to pinch it one way and then pinch it another way to fold in that crimp. So now you can clip off that extra bit of the beading wire, and we're going to slide on about 2.5 inches of the French wire. So we'll just slide that right onto the beading wire and push it right towards the loop. Now we are going to add another crimp right at the end of the French wire, and then we will crimp it in place. So we're just going to give it a pinch one way and then pinch it the other way. These are my favorite crimping pliers. They work really well. So now we are going to put on some beads. I have a variety of beads from 4mm to 6mm. We're going to do a little pattern, and then once we have our beads on there, we are going to get another crimp and just crimp it in place to hold those beads in place. And once that's crimped, we're going to add a 1-inch piece of the French wire and then just slide it down beside the beads, and then we'll add another crimp to hold the French wire in place. So add that 2mm crimp and make sure it's right at the end of the French wire, and we're just going to crimp it onto the beading wire, and that's going to hold it in place, and that way the beads won't slide over the French wire. We'll continue like this until we have the pattern that we want for our necklace. And then once we get to the end, we're going to add our last piece of the French wire, about 2.5 inches, depending on how long you want your necklace. And then we will add a crimp and just hold it right above the French wire. And then we're going to put the 1-inch piece of the French wire onto the beading wire. Bring it right down towards the crimp, and then take the end of the beading wire and put it back through the crimp to form our loop. I've cut it too long, so I'll have enough of an end to grab onto. So slide it through the crimp and then pull it so there's no slack. So now we'll use our crimping pliers to crimp it pinch it one way, that folds the crimp in half, and then you pinch it closed with the other part of the crimping pliers. And from there we'll have to clip the extra bit of beading wire. So now we have the loops that are finished, and we need to add our clasps. So you can do a commercial clasp like that, that's a stainless steel clasp, or you can make your own with 18 or 20 gauge artistic wire. We're just going to do a very simple one. So with the bail making pliers from Beadalon, we'll do a little loop and then a larger loop to make a kind of infinity sign for part of the clasp. And then we need to clip it with our flush cutters and flatten it out a little bit with the pliers. And then we're just going to open up the smaller loop and slide it right on the necklace and close it up. Make sure it's nicely closed. So that's one end, and then to make the hook, we'll make a little loop with the Beadalon bail making pliers, and then we're going to make the hook a little larger, bring it around, and then using my precision round nose pliers, I'm going to make a tiny loop to finish it off, clip it with the flush cutters, and then pinch it so there's no little pokey ends and it's nice and flat. And then we're going to attach it. So open up the loop, hook it on, and then close up the loop. And there you have your homemade clasp with the artistic wire, and you simply hook it in place. Give it a little pinch, and there's your beautiful necklace made with the French wire.
So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out my work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to sign up below, I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.